them has just been the highlight of my career so far.
Amazing. That's a pretty cool story there. And and that you know, with Ricky. I mean, Ricky Knight, he is someone that I've always heard stories of for such a long time. And obviously, like you had Roy Dan, like he used to be the Zebra Kid back in the FWA, and so he was working down there. But very, very few times I got to sort of see Ricky, but he was actually like wrestling back then. But like, you know what, he's the most sort of transparent person. He is who he is. He doesn't kid around, and that's who he is. And I like that about somebody in general. And he's ultimately that. He's just himself, no matter what. He's not gonna. He just comes out with it. And I think if you're the sort of person that can take this, it's works wonders for somebody who's learning. I really think he's a good teacher. But he probably doesn't see that about himself, but I think he is. I think
definitely.
He's definitely one of the people. In terms of influences in your career, who have like other people been? Your dad, for instance. I mean, has it been more? Has he put more pressure with you doing this, or is it been like, because you said now he's your supporter?
Yeah.
So is that been effective and good for you, or has that been has it been difficult at times?
At times, sort of. I mean, he's been my dad. He's told me to do things. He's kicked me up the arse, and he said, "Do this, and get off your arse and do something." So, but he's been my influence more so now than it was at the start.
Yep.
Like, I got into it because he can't do it anymore, and I just wanted to carry on. Needless would I know that I love it so much now. Like, I don't think I'd change it any other way. But I had a lot of other reasons. I had Toni Storm. She was on a show that my dad put on 5 or 6 years ago now, WrestleAid. She was on the first ever WrestleAid, and I'd met her and stuff like that. I absolutely love what she does. I adore her for what she does. I'd love to meet her again someday, but she's so busy.
Yeah.
Also Paige as well. I love what she does. AJ Lee is an absolute inspiration. I wish she'd get back in the ring. Alexa's like, I'm one of them. I absolutely adore her as well. Some of the guys as well I love. But yeah, definitely probably my two main are Tony and my dad. Are like my biggest influencers. And my dad is sort of like my emotional support as well. He's everything a dad shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like, you've got your mum for the emotional support, but when it comes to wrestling, that's my dad. Like, everything within my wrestling, wherever it's my ups, my downs, is everything is purely, I go to my dad for it, because he knows like how I'm feeling and stuff like that. Like when I had a bit of a down a couple of years ago when I lost a title.
Right.
Go into the full details of it, but I was absolutely distraught because of it. And my dad came. Our changing room was the girls' toilets. My dad came into the bathroom and just hugged me, because he knew that I was going to be upset about it, because he knew the circumstance of what was going on. He was absolutely annoyed about it. So was I to this day. But at this point, it's like, stuff happens.
Yeah.
You get over it. I'm that person that if I do something wrong, I get up on my feet, I brush it off, and I improve.
That's fair enough. And are there any like UK promotions out there that you want to get to, like you want to find as a destination? Is there anything that's caught your eye out there that you've seen that you'd fancy giving a go?
Some of them I've actually already worked for. I've already worked for Eve.
Right.
I worked for Eve once. I'd love to go back there at some point. WAW was another one on my bucket list, and I've done that.
Yep.
I've contacted Fierce Females, but they haven't got back to me. I'd love to go and work for them. Not really anywhere else, to be honest. I'm like, if I get a booking at some place that I like, I take it as an opportunity to, tick that off my bucket list. And if I never get booked there again, then I've still debuted there. I've still made an impact. like at Eve, I had a last minute booking up at Eve.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gauntlet match. It was myself, Natalie Sykes, Lana Austin versus Nina Samuels.
Right.
I loved that match.
Yeah.
I've faced Lana before. I've never faced Natalie before, but that is something that I'd like to do. And facing Nina was absolutely amazing. I was like, she's faced Toni Storm. She can tell me about her.
Yeah.
And because I do a German suplex, she turned around and said, I have never taken a German that doesn't feel like something like Toni's. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's a compliment. That's a really big compliment, because that's the reason why I do them, is because Toni does them.
Yeah.
And I love released Germans. I'm Millie as well. I love watching Millie do them. The Germans that Millie does are so scary.
Yeah.
I'm never going to take one, but at the same time I want to. And I'm probably going to have to when I ever get in a match with her, because I that's one of my match bucket list as well, is to have a match with Millie, which I haven't had yet.
Sure. So. Yeah, Lana Austin, I've got to see her a few times now. She's one of my favourites, actually. She's so good at.
She is very, very good. I'm surprised she hasn't been called.
Great with a crowd. Really good psychology, I think.
Yeah.
Like she knows, slows it down a bit. Just it's very good seeing her in person, like in front of the live crowd experience.
Yeah.
It's very good indeed. On stuff like that. Now, I always ask people this that are on the circuit, like, is there anybody out there that you think is sort of underestimated, or you've seen that could be a future potential that doesn't get spoken about that much? Is there anybody you've ever been, or you've watched a match while you've been there and thought, hang on a minute, that guy's going to be something, or she's going to be something? Is anybody that's caught your eye that doesn't get a mention as much?
If I'm going to be honest, I think Mia Cortez.
Right.
I don't know what I know she has matches and stuff like that, but I don't think she goes to a lot of promotions. And I praise her so much. She is one of my good friends outside of wrestling. I absolutely adore her. I love having matches with her, and I think she could, because she said she's been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah.
I think she could be something if she got a lot more recognition. Because she is so talented, but nobody recognises her. And that's what annoys me. The people that I know that has so much potential, like Mia, aren't getting like as many bookings as, say, someone that has only been doing it a year. She's been doing it for like over 10, I'm sure. She's been doing it for over 10. She took a little break, but she's been doing it for quite some time. So I would love to see her get some kind of foot in the door, because I have so much love for her and so much praise for her, and any booker that's not booking her should book her.
Yep.
Because she is absolutely phenomenal, and she'll put on one of the best matches you could ever think.
Yeah.
And I want to have a match with her again at some point. I'm trying to get a match booked with her at some point because I haven't had a match with her in quite some time. But I would love to, because she is just amazing. And I love her.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Promoter out there. Get on with it. Book her. Stop messing about. No, that's cool. And like, as you yourself, like, I know we're living in weird times at the moment, but obviously when we hopefully do go back to some normality, how normal that's going to be after this, I don't know. But when we do go back to that, what are some of, do you set yourself goals like every year? Do you have little goals, or are you one of these performers that just, takes it day by day kind of thing? Have you got expectations to want to get to anywhere like a WWE or a Progress before, or any of these stages, or are you just kind of taking it day by day?
I do have one goal. It is to go to Japan and
that's cool.
Wrestle out there. I was planning on taking a trip to Japan this year.
Right.
Of course, I'll postpone that till next year.
Yeah.
But I do want to go out there and wrestle out there, because not only because I just want to go out to Japan, but I love their culture out there, and I love how they take wrestling as a culture and as their way of life if they do it. I'd love to go to AEW. That is like a 10-year goal if they're still going by then, because I respect WWE and what they do. but I would rather not go down that path.
Yeah.
Because I want to have a little bit more freedom with myself to go other places, because I love working the independent. Even if I never make it and I'm stuck in the independent scene, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I'm not picky. I don't want to get out there as much. I'm just taking every booking as it is. And just, I don't necessarily have goals. I'm not that sort of person that sets a goal. I want to win the title. I want a main event. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm just like, as long as I get a booking, I'm fine. Like, and training and stuff like that, getting myself better. Maybe it is the case of learning a couple of new moves to put into my moveset, but that's just more of a mental goal, just to get myself better rather than like a long-term goal.
Sure. No, that makes sense. And Japan's so, like, I mean, what a place to go.
Yeah.
And as you say, the culture, it's still there. It's more considered more on the sports side of things.
Yeah.
And it's got to be, I think professional wrestling is at least what their second biggest thing there. I mean, I know sumo wrestling is like massive, like art, but then like really that is them. Like it's kind of like Mexico with lucha libre. It's completely different. Whereas United States, it's much more entertainment show. The show side of it, the TV side of it is probably what the focus is on. But I feel like with Japan, most promotions still to this day, they still have a very certain code they keep by. And although it might be, ramped up a little bit more with production, they still keep to those core values, which I think is like the most important thing. Which I really like. I mean, I just love the whole, like you were saying about their culture in general, and it's such a cool. I mean, I think Lana Austin actually got to go there just before this hit. I remember speaking to
her when she got announced. It was after Wrestle Queendom, I think it was.
Right.
I saw it and I was like, I'm so happy for her, because I know she wants to, but she can't, because she thought she couldn't, because she's got family and that at home, and kids. So when that was announced, I was absolutely over the moon for her. I was almost in tears for her. Like I absolutely, like, she definitely deserved it to go out there. I saw the clips of her wrestling out there. She was phenomenal. She showed up. She did what she did. And she made herself look absolutely incredible.
Yeah, well, that would be great. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, once all this is sorted, because I really think they're really picking up there, especially with the women at the moment.
Yeah.
These promotions, so I think they're seeing that there's a market there now.
Yeah, because a lot of women over in Japan are working over here, so like, if you catch their eye, they will definitely recommend you. Yeah,
that's good. That's definitely good. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you any more in these rushful times that we're in. But just let us know where my listeners can find you out on all the social media platforms and shops and whatnot.
Instagram, which is _ Victoria _ Adams _ that's really complicated. I should really change that.
I'll put it in there.
Facebook, and then Twitter. I got my shop on my Instagram as well. I use YouTube, but I don't at the same time. So that's just got a couple of my matches on there. But yeah,
nice. That's cool. Yeah. You can hit some of them up. I watched a few of them earlier, so you can definitely get them on. And that's the cool thing with today's stuff, YouTube and all these other video outlets.
A lot of my matches are on my Facebook as well. There's a whole link towards all my matches on Facebook. So
nice. Well, I want to thank you very much for coming on. It's been a pleasure talking to you and meeting you in odd times, obviously. But hopefully, when we come out of this, I'll hopefully see you on the road at some point, and get to have a face-to-face interview. That'll be good.
Yes,
at one of these shows. But yeah, thank you very much, and keep well and safe in these times.
Yes, thank you. You too.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.